All right, hello and welcome to the Lounge. This is a podcast-style video where three friends just kind of sit around and talk. I'm your host, Will, and I'm joined by my co-host, Hondo.
Hello.
And Devin. Great intro there, Devin. I really appreciate it, man.
Well, you know what? That's fantastic for your first cold open.
Honestly, it really is.
Pretty much.
Yeah, this is episode number 2 or 3. I can't remember. 2. Yeah, 2.
Technically, as long as he's uploaded, it's not really an episode.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So this is episode number 2.
Yeah, this is 2.
Yeah, because the first one was the one about Japan. No, this one. So today's topic is actually about video games.
Oh, yeah, it was.
Yeah. So today's topic is going to be about video games. It's actually going to be about what makes them good, because we honestly have some gripes about the gaming community. Actually, no, not the community, the dev
Not
teams.
community, it's just, yeah.
And kind of the way that games are going nowadays. So today is honestly going to be our opinion on what we believe makes games good. Now, are we experts in this field? No. But we have been playing games for a very long time, and so we at least have some validation in our opinions.
I think I was in single digits when I was still playing video games.
Yes. I was less than 10 years old when I first learned of stabbing someone in the neck with a hidden blade, and I was like, ooh, fun.
Jesus,
Nah, mine was running through loops.
I started with the Sly Cooper trilogy.
Yeah, I was about to say, mine was running through loops with Sonic the Hedgehog. Holy shit, Will.
Yeah, one of my first exposures was watching my uncle play Assassin's Creed 3 at my kitchen table on his like Alienware laptop, and I was like, ooh.
Speaking of that, my first time I saw Assassin's Creed was the first one.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a bit. It shows you my age.
Yeah, and now, I remember my brother playing like 1 or 2 as well on one laptop.
We're missing one, by the way.
I was also Devin. Get the. And I was one of those kids that Minecraft was really big when I was younger, so I wound up getting Minecraft, and that was like one of the first ones that I remember playing. Other than like Roblox and some of the online shit. The first game that I actually downloaded onto a console.
I'm gonna say it right now too. I got convinced actually to go to play Roblox again after just I think 13 years. It's 13 years now that I haven't played Roblox, and I open it up and it's completely different.
Yeah, it's
they gave it a budget. They gave it a budget now. It's awesome, actually.
I promise. I stopped playing it because someone actually hacked the computer. They used Roblox as a bridge to get into my computer and get information.
Oh, fuckers.
Luckily, it was a computer that my parents reserved for us kids only and didn't have a lot of sensitive information on it.
That's good.
Yeah.
No, the glories of being on PC.
Yeah, right?
But hey, cybersecurity has improved a lot.
Yeah, which leads to our sponsor, NordVPN.
But first off, this isn't a snowball topic. This is we have a topic for this, and that is what makes a video game good.
Yes.
Answer: it is very subjective.
It is a very broad term.
Well, shit. We could end it right there with that answer.
We could.
Massive sentient energy in your area.
Depends on how you feel about video games.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
and roll credits because we're done here. No.
Okay,
that
so
could all depend. Do you think they need to be fun? If that's the case, what do you consider fun? Or do you think they need to be engaging?
I guess, okay. I guess it would be, the best way to put it, right, would be, it's subjective, but what do you play video games for? That would be, I guess, what would make video games good. Yeah.
That's the whole point of, yeah. Fun or engaging.
So what's it called? Opinion-wise, I'd say I'll go first in this sense. As a broad topic of what makes video games good for me, the best way to put it would be just the passage of time and the entertainment that comes from playing games.
So you think age?
Yeah. Passing the time. enjoying myself while doing something. You know, it's the same thing that a lot of people do different other hobbies for, right? They'll
yeah, like movies,
build-
books, and TV.
Yeah, they'll read books to pass the time, and also it's because it's interesting. They'll watch
Yeah.
movies to pass the time, but also because it's interesting or it's funny or it's whatever. Some people will do different other like more obscure hobbies like carpentry, building cars, doing other things to pass the time, but also because they like it. That's the way I like to think about it. Hell, there's times that I've actually been playing Red Dead 2 recently because I bought that like a year ago and didn't download it for the story until a couple weeks ago. And I've caught myself just kind of playing for hours and feeling like it's only been minutes, pretty much.
Okay.
So you've been able to essentially enter a sleep state.
Yeah. No, I mean,
I'm glad you can do that with Red Dead. I can't.
no, really.
I physically cannot.
Well, I guess it's.
There are a lot of things that draw me out.
Well, I guess I like Red Dead a lot because it's also close to one of my favorite movies, which is Django Unchained.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
I mean,
Fetish guy himself. Yeah, I like that movie.
I mean, my favorite movie is also Western, but I cannot see it for certain reasons.
Hey, no.
We
No,
can't
it's fine.
describe it for certain reasons. Just put it like that.
It's a
That's
Mel
Black
Brooks
Hole.
movie. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Well, either way, my whole viewpoint on gaming has changed within the past few months.
Okay.
Changed in what time?
I would say for the past over the past year, actually, because it used to be I play things because they're fun, and I didn't think Dark Souls was fun because it was a pain in the ass to do.
Right.
So then what got me past it was going through Assassin's Creed and going through that combat system and realizing, hey, this is just the same thing but scaled down.
Intel suggests
And then I
Okay.
talked about Bloodborne.
released surveillance drones onto the planes to complete his assessment. Find one and bring it
Okay,
to
yeah,
Okay.
I can see that.
So you go through video games for the accomplishment? Is that what I'm getting, or?
Well, yeah. I do that as well.
I mean, there's that, but
But-
you could also say it's
also
also story purposes.
before the enemy can
Um,
destroy
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, video games have essentially, I wouldn't say replaced books or movies. I'd say probably just they're now alongside
They-
books and movies in terms
Are
of great
very
storytelling.
They're very good in telling their story in one of the best ways possible, and that's by having you draw it forward.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, that makes me think about it too, right? About like what makes a video game good and what makes a video game tied into different media good as well.
Oh man, there's
Yeah, that's a whole topic for another time, but that's not my thought about now.
two fistfuls of good high-end games.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that. We can probably branch back in because that's
Yeah, that's a giant thing. So, Will, what in your definition now? What's your reason, right? What makes you like video games? What makes video games good for you?
I mean, it can be a number of different things to me, because some of them, like what we're using here is Warframe, it's a way that I use to talk with friends, and it's actually one of the reasons why I know you guys. I mean, it's just it was a way that I met friends and I have stayed in contact with friends. I mean, I used to play video games for fun. I mean, my biggest thing before was like playing Call of Duty. It was just stupid fun. Now that's changed in recent years.
a nice
because
way to
it has-
wind down.
Yeah. It used to be Call of Duty used to be fun, but now it's become so niche and everyone just wants to run the most meta builds, and the devs are making bad decisions, in my opinion, that I no longer like to play the game. I still like first-person shooters. I love Battlefield. I mean, even some of the newer Battlefields that aren't the best, I still have a lot of fun in. I will say I didn't
Oh,
get mad,
hey.
as mad in the game with the community as I did with Call of Duty.
More Grenier inbound.
Well, there's also
Let them
Insurgency as
harm
well, which we
There is that too, yeah.
have the content out for
Eventually.
soon enough,
the drone
maybe.
systems.
Yeah, well,
Here we go.
we'll work on that.
Stand by for coordinates.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But yeah, it definitely depends on like what I'm looking for, because then I also love story-driven games.
Our commander has plenty of
Um,
options.
I mean,
Find
I've been
him
playing
at the
through Ghost of
waypoint and
Tsushima and
capture him
absolutely
for
loving
me.
it.
I have
For
questions I
Oh,
want
really?
it's
Oh, shit.
combat and
The
it's
officer is nearby. Track them down.
it's combat and it's story. I think both of them are really solid. It's got a good. It's also got pretty
There's
good
the
graphics,
officer.
but it's got a really nice
Capture
art
them.
style, and just the overall feel of the game is very solid.
It is a very detailed and very well designed game. It's essentially PlayStation's answer to audio.
Yeah.
I'll be
I
honest
love
with you. This is a little off topic. I'm still pissed that PlayStation Plus for Ghost of Tsushima was not Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, but that was the whole reason
well,
why
they didn't
I
say.
wound up getting the game.
He won't be sleeping too good tonight, but I will.
Oh, man.
Oops, hurrah!
It downloaded as just Ghost of Tsushima, and I'm like, oh, cool, I get to play this now, and it's
Yeah.
just the battle
It was
royale thing
Legends,
that they
yeah.
have.
Yeah, the PvE.
No, that's not a VR. That's a co-op mode.
Yeah, it's
Whatever,
a co-op
yeah.
PvE.
Multiplayer thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Which
God knows we've been oversaturated with VR.
yeah.
Honestly,
Which brings
a good
me
thing.
which
I'm
brings me
actually
to
happy
another
that it
topic.
wasn't here.
Yeah.
Like, there's some other story games that I absolutely think. I mean, I'm still slowly going through. Oh my! I had it and then it blinks. Ocean, free to fish.
Subnautica.
Subnautica. Thank you. Yeah, that one. I mean, that one I like to go through because it's a simple, kind of pretty fun game. Scary, but also just simple, a good way to pass the time. So it really kind of depends on like each video game. I mean, each one I can point a different direction, like why I like them. If it's gonna be something story oriented, I want something that's gonna be well written with a. I mean, it doesn't have to have a good combat system. It just needs to be well written to me with a good art style. And that was my greatest example of that one is going to be Bioshock 1 and 2. Because I think Bioshock 1 had a good story. I mean, it definitely had something going for it where I never actually expected the ending of that game. And then Bioshock 2 was just absolutely perfect with its story and its environmental and everything inside of it. It's just, I think that game was absolutely perfect. And has aged very well. But then you have the third Bioshock game, which had an okay story, very good looking, a pretty decent combat system. Actually, no, I'd said a pretty good story. The story was the lacking part to me. So, like, it looks good, its combat system was interesting, but it kind of deviated away from the Bioshock 1 and 2 style. Because Bioshock 1 and 2 was this, like, thriller action survival game, whereas 3 was just another story, first-person shooter story, that got ultra confusing towards the end of it. The game looks good, but that's about it.
Basically,
yeah.
take out the time travel bits and the ending, and it,
Yeah.
because that whole ending, if we're really going to go into it, possible. But
I've never
going off topic
actually-
for a bit.
I've never actually played the second or third one. I've only ever finished the first one, and that's where I've left it since.
I would
You have
recommend
the
second
collection?
I do, yeah.
Yeah, he got it for free.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, then
Go through the second one.
finish the
You will
game.
not regret it.
All right.
The first one was good. The second one tops it.
Okay. And you know, I really liked the first one. It took me a bit actually when for those that it took me a bit to actually get into. I kind of had to force myself initially to just kind of like, I heard this game's good. Come on, I gotta finish it to like, because I wanted an opinion on it. Because there's a lot of people that told me is like, you should get this. This is cool. It's really nice. Go for it. And again and again and again. So I was like, okay, cool. So it took me till like the second chapter of the game, like the second portion, to really go into it without having to remind myself to go into it. You know, like I'm gonna play this today. I looked forward to playing this today after like coming back from work or doing whatever.
Yeah, I went
Well,
through the
that
game
offers a
fairly
lot of
quickly.
insight.
Yeah. Honestly, I didn't know actually really anything about 1 or 2. I actually went in completely blind. The only Bioshock that I'd actually watched was maybe quarter of the third game story of an old YouTuber. I can't even remember his name. I think he was one of the YouTubers that had some controversy pop up about him. I know he was friends with
Well,
PewDiePie.
then skip.
Yeah.
I would say just skip and then.
I don't know, but I'd only watched like a quarter of the third game series, so I had nothing going for it. I was like, I don't know what this game's about. First game I played, and I mean, it was a couple years ago, and the first thing I remember saying to myself was like, wow, this game kind of looks like crap, because it's an older game. But I went through the game, and I was like, I finished the game, and I didn't care. Like I was sucked in. I was sucked in. I just absolutely loved the game. And I was like, okay, first one was good. Let's see how the second one is. And I started playing the second one. First thought on that one, oh, okay, the graphics look a little better in this one. Okay, it kind of plays the same. All right, let's see how this goes. I finished the game in tears. Like, that story hit me like a freight train, dude. Like, it was a beautiful story. Beautiful game. Shit, it's one of my favorite ones. I don't know, it's kind of funny for me because first-person shooters, I've always judged more on story. I mean, it's kind of well granted though, because I mean, I grew up on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare series and Black Ops 1 and 2, and even went through World of War at one point, which all had very good stories.
Those are some pretty decent bars.
Yeah, World of War was actually a really good story. Black Ops 1 and 2 both had good stories. The Modern Warfare series 1 and 2 were really good. 3 was kind of lacking. And then, playing something like Titanfall 2. One of the greatest stories that I've seen in a first-person shooter. And that game was just
I would love
fun.
for them to take that time gimmick and make that into a whole game that was fun.
Honestly, that was probably the greatest mission in any sort of game that I played. Was the time travel mission in Titanfall 2. Having to constantly jump back and forth while using your exosuit to just jump around and parkour was fantastic.
The maneuvers were off. It was.
Yeah. Hey Devin, you want to go get your spear?
Yeah,
Oh, I bought one already. I was just waiting on you guys to.
Well, then go to the door.
You guys were talking, so I was like, I bought it already. I'm gonna wait.
That's the thing. If you're ready, you just go to the door.
Yeah.
Okay, I am at a door. I don't know.
Why, hello, bro.
Hi.
I'm looking at another URL. She's using the Inaros set or stand.
Huh.
Probably the weirdest thing I've seen.
Yeah, that is very odd. But, going back on the topic, I think graphics, I will say, it isn't hugely important. Going for realistic graphics is going to mark your game down a few years. It would be best to go for art style and aesthetic.
Yes, the art style and the world that you build, I think, are really important for the looks of the game.
I'm thinking about it now, right? I'd say I'm like thinking about it seriously, like graphics over gameplay, like that argument that happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about it differently, like graphics for this is for storytelling. Good storytelling written versus visual in a game, right? I'm thinking that graphics, in my opinion, would matter to a degree, depending on how the game is.
Yeah.
Because there's been moments already. I'm not even very far into Red Dead. I think I'm still in the second chapter. Like I'm still in Valentine.
Oh,
And there have been.
You're
Yeah, I'm right in the beginning. There's already been moments in the game, like not story elements, not like anything that has to be told to me, like a book, like the beautiful mountains and the beautiful mountainscape in the distance, things like that. I haven't had to like be told anything about that. There's just been times that I'm going around and I see just what is an amazing landscape, like beautiful mountains, nice trees,
Yeah.
a lakeside with people fishing on the side, and that's like that has given more visual storytelling than certain games that have tried to like pride themselves on like a storyboard masterpiece, you know?
Yeah.
I've
Okay,
seen
you're
things like
talking about a
I've seen things like that.
graphical landscape compared to actual
Yeah.
visual storytelling, which are in two different ballparks.
I think there's similar things because it's part of the game that you're going through, right? Part of the towns that you're going to be seeing, part of the environment that you're running through. If things are okay, you'll see that like the town's not fucked up and people are living and thriving, you know? Things like that. I think all of it is environmental storytelling to a degree.
Yeah, it can also be sort of like that, but there's a lot of environmental thing, but their game does their games don't look the greatest.
Yeah.
Oh no, absolutely. That is a very good point.
But yeah,
It
what
doesn't
you're
have
essentially
to.
talking about is what you're bringing up is land.
It doesn't have to look like picturesque photos, right? It would be a good visual tell or a good telling of the story. How do I turn on the spear? How does one kill a spear?
Press down.
You forgot to equip it.
Down.
Oh, he didn't put in his. Ah, damn it.
Yep.
You need to put in your gear wheel first.
All right. Well,
So-
I'm gonna sit down right here while you guys fish then.
Alright, well, getting back to it, I see what you mean with landscapes, and for that, as good as Red Dead looks, Skyrim still looks pretty damn good.
Yeah.
That's the game I still have to play, and that one's the one that I also like. That's part of my list of like I've heard a lot of people say good things about it. I gotta get to it at some point.
I will also throw in The Witcher
Skyrim,
in that sense.
I haven't played a whole bunch of The Witcher, but it does look...
The Witcher 3 has had some very beautiful looking landscapes when you do like stop and actually look.
But
Yeah.
That's-
Skyrim, they had a vision with it, where they wanted to make it look age very well with it. Landscapes.
Yeah.
Funniest thing, I've actually wanted to read the books for The Witcher first before playing it.
Stay relatively close to the source material.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know the games are pretty good. And then obviously the show at first was doing really good, but I think they're starting to well.
I think season 1 is about it.
I
Maybe
think
2.
2 stayed fairly close to you, but I think they started to move away.
Okay. I haven't watched that either. That's also something I gotta like think about. So I've thought about something that I know. I don't know. I know it'll drive opinions, right? And it'll be what makes a video game reboot good. And I'll talk about it like this. I know we've spoken about this personally, like on our own, about the God of War reboot, and our differing opinions on that.
I'm gonna have to send you the ZP for that. That essentially
what?
sums up my opinion on it.
Oh yeah, you did. Yeah, you did talk to me about that. But yeah, that's what I mean. I'll say personally, I like the reboot for God of War. I like both the fourth in quotes game and the fifth game, which is just God of War and God of War Ragnarok. I like those games. I like those games a lot. The story is really good. Visuals are nice, and I feel as if it's not a complete departure from what the character would be. It's just kind of like a maturity in the sense, which gets referenced and is hilarious. I don't know if I told you about that, Hunter. There's a point in Ragnarok.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's hilarious to me actually. After we had that conversation,
Yeah,
And-
I
Did you
know
play
what
the
line
first
you're
games?
Huh?
Did you play any of the first games?
I did,
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
and it reminded me of the book that came out for the game as well.
Now, I'm going to go off on a bit of a
But-
tangent.
But
Oh,
here's the thing. I, I also really like. There was an interview with the creators of the game. I really like the idea that they originally had too, which was the game would have ended at 2. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. I want to hear this. Am I having audio
oh
errors, or
wow,
is
that was a while ago.
Can you guys hear me real quick?
Yeah. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm seeing my computer fucking do shit.
Yeah, you went to Robo first.
But yeah, you were. Yeah, I had a feeling. But yeah, Honda, you were saying you were gonna go on a tangent.
Well, finish up what you were gonna say, because it may be, and it's just my opinion of overall.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I like the reboot that they did for the game and everything that they did for the story. I like it. It's interesting to me. I really like what didn't get done though. Like, for the second or the third game, I don't remember which one it was. They had an original story that they were just going to. Essentially, Kratos was going to just finish off the Pantheon, and then meet up with the gods of war of other mythical pantheons, being the Egyptians and the Norse, and we're going to walk the desert to go meet a certain deity that was going to be born. I kind of like that ending a lot too. Yeah.
Mm.
So it makes me think of like both what makes a reboot good and what makes an original creator's idea good as well. Because I kind of would like that one as well, if it was like differing universes or something.
Well, I guess may as well critique while I can. While I'm here. God of War reboot got a bit of the Souls-like syndrome. I didn't stick to a hack and slash, and I didn't go for an action adventure. It went for, which is at that point, sure, fine. But I've gone through too many at this point. And almost each and every game misses misses a piece or a few pieces that make Dark Souls good. But going back to my opinion, Naughty Dog, you mentioned that the reboot is maturity of the game. I feel the studio as a whole has tried to essentially go through adulthood, or go through the aging process. They started out making Crash Bandicoot, Jak and Daxter, pretty just cartoony games to begin with.
Right.
And for Jak 2, they went a bit closer to GTA.
Okay, yeah, because they gave him like bikes and guns, and
Yes. But that, yeah, that was
Yeah, I
an
remember-
early sign of what's
I
to
honestly have no
come.
idea what game you all guys are talking
I
about.
remember
It's an old game. The collection's on beyond PlayStation.
that.
I really can't afford new games right now, though.
It's cheap. It should be cheap.
You've
I hope it's cheap.
Never played Jak and Daxter?
Nope.
Really?
No,
Well,
never heard of it.
that
Okay.
game is from almost.
It's
I think it's above.
It's a
I think it's
PlayStation 2
after 20
game.
years ago now. Is it 100?
Okay.
Something like
so-
that.
it's old.
But it's very old.
So
It makes sense though, because
I,
Yes,
started out
I
on Wii.
started off on a computer and a Wii, then upgraded to an Xbox 360. After the PS4 and the Xbox One had already been out for about 3 years, because we found one for really cheap. Played that for a while, and I didn't get a PS4 till most of the way through its lifespan, when the next gen consoles were kind of already through.
Oh, they were rumored.
Oh, yeah, no,
'cause, yeah, around about 2016. They came out 2020-ish.
Oh yeah, I got my PlayStation at December of 2018, which was like a year. I think at that
A
point,
year before like the
Yeah.
announcement.
exactly a year before they announced the PS5. Yeah.
Yeah, that's when I got mine. But this is my first PlayStation. Before that, I was.
No, you got yours
I got mine 2018.
before Planes. Wasn't Planes about 2017? Okay.
Why is Navrslaver bleeding out? Damn it!
I
hold
got
on.
mine
Speaking
my
of that, you
sophomore
should
year of high
probably
school.
change that. But
Damn you!
Yeah, I got my console my
I'll give him a friend.
sophomore year of high school, which was
That is unfortunate. But we should try again.
2017 going into 2018. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was.
Yeah. Yeah, so
It's
into 2017.
Planes came out in summertime-ish.
Yeah.
I think it was near this time.
Yeah, because when I first started playing, Planes had, I think, just came out. Because I saw a video on it, and I was like, oh, that game actually looks really fun. And it's like, oh, it's free, cool. And that's also fun.
See, I would actually like to, wow, finishing the Naughty Tangent. Last of Us came out, it was really good. Now, oh my, now it just seems much better as a show. I'm actually kind of getting tired of, Marvel movies as games. You just go through a linear path that is just that has a lot of set dressing and Marvel-esque dialogue.
Yeah, that's been a thing for me
Half-Life
for
2.
Marvel movies as well.
But going back.
But yeah,
to-
okay. So I wanted to ask for a specific thing, and this was the little points that I was scheming before we started recording.
Okay.
It was,
Oh no.
Ah, shit.
I wanted to get to specific genres of games. And on your opinions,
Oh.
both of you, because both of you will have opinions on certain genres.
Okay.
I will say off the gate, I can't give an opinion on either sports or racing.
Oh god, I think we lost Devin.
Yeah, there it is. Okay, well, I was going on a tangent beforehand, but yeah, he's out.
Internet
And
problems.
I'm back.
Oh, there he is.
And I'm back. Yeah,
Okay.
I just saw my shit go. Anyways, back to what I
well,
was
we
saying.
can go.
We can put that up.
We can set up. Will, you'll be the expert editor because there was a point I was still talking and well, yeah, just saying that out the gate I can't give an opinion on sports and racing.
Sports and racing games.
Yes.
Hmm.
Let's head back.
I mean,
to-
that was gonna be my next one. That was gonna be my next one for Will specifically. I was like, oh, what makes a good racing game after that as well? Because there's a lot of different types of racing games. Because we got
extremely-
arcadey
Let's go to
style.
the door.
We got arcadey styles with like Need for Speed. We got the more realistic shit with Gran Turismo
Yeah.
and Forza
the
and those
Sims.
things.
The
Yeah, racing
simulators.
simulators and shit. And one that I've been playing a bit, which is really
Drive.
nice, is Dirt. BM&G, the Dirt series, Dirt Rally, shit like that.
Well, while you guys talk about that, I'm going to remember the tangent I was for that not tangent.
Honestly, for racing games, and I feel like this can actually be kind of set more broad-like to other games. It's really if the devs are able to get their points across, I guess is the best way to put it. So
And
like,
what do you mean by point? Like the type of game they're trying to emulate here?
yeah, if they can successfully emulate the game that they want to make. Gran Turismo has always been the simulator. So them making it to where the cars are actually, you can actually feel like you're driving at this certain speed. You can feel it when you take turns. You actually take a set amount of time. Like people actually doing a proper 24 hours of Le Mans on the Le Mans track because it is because it's actually the right length and it's in real time. So like a minute on the track is a minute in real life and that sort of stuff. It's like on that one, I feel like
Right.
Gran Turismo has always nailed exactly what they were going for. But then you have your more arcadey ones where some of them will have a story and most of them will have a story and then they'll kind of try to delve into a couple different things. Like the Crew, I liked its story. I think they did a really good job on it. Of actually, instead of doing one big story, they split it into 4 different stories with your different factions, basically. You had your street racing stuff, you had your pro circuit, you had your off-road, and then you had your freestyle stuff, including your what all did they have? I think they had the stunt planes, they had monster trucks, they had demolition derby, and they had the
Yeah, just
hovercraft.
a bunch of things that wouldn't be part of a normal racing game, which is,
Exactly.
I think, adds to the charm of the Crew too.
Yeah, and then also splitting
the
up your
fuck thought
story into those 4
Drag
different
racing jet
sections.
skis. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
who the fuck thought drag racing jet skis was gonna be a thing?
Yeah. Small boats that have V8s on the back of them with too much power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, Devin, go
fucking
ahead and
seriously.
equip your spear.
Put your spear in your
Go to your arsenal and then go to your gear wheel and then equip it.
inventory. Put it in your inventory.
Arsenal.
Well, there's I'll just say this now to save us a lot of time. There's too many genres to go over and get detailed opinions. I'll just say this: what is your favorite in terms of quality of games?
Personal favorite of quality of games.
Like genre?
Yes.
That ooh.
Oh fuck.
I can definitely give you a straight answer, but it is going to be the most difficult answer I can give you. Because I'm trying to think about it, right? And I got a lot of different ones that I really like. Like, let's put it like this. My favorite game, period, is Team Fortress 2.
Okay.
And that's like an online multiplayer first-person shooter class system type of game.
Yeah.
I can tell you one of my favorite games, well, also one of my favorite games that is nothing like TF2 is Car Mechanic Simulator and shit like that. You get me?
Well,
So that's why
here's the great thing: you don't have to just keep to one thing.
Yeah, no,
you know.
absolutely.
I mean, honestly, yeah, I don't
From a
have
point
a
of view given.
favorite style of game. Because I can find enjoyment in a lot of different games. I mean, there's been roguelikes that I absolutely love. There are first-person shooters that I love. There's some that I hate. Games like Warframe, where it's more just a...
I'm
Fuck,
gonna
what kind of
think
class is
about
it?
it, right? I'm gonna turn this question around a little bit so I can give a straight answer, and I'm gonna turn it like this. If I had to choose, if it's gonna be like one of those stuck on an island questions, if I had to choose one genre
That's
to
not
stick
what it is at all.
No, I know, but that's how I'm gonna get a straight answer in this, and I'm gonna totally that. So, I guess in the sense that, what would my favorite be? Would probably
Devin, you're going to robo again.
Oh no.
We're losing you.
RPG
RPGs, okay.
style,
I heard RPG.
and that
Very slowly.
Okay, so
and that
Devin
tree essentially
Devin went completely robo there,
of,
so
of,
that
of a
was
game genre.
really bad.
Because
RPG is what
the games I've enjoyed the most have been Pokemon.
Devin, if you can hear me,
He's
please
so.
stop.
There we go. There we go.
Oh, there you.
You
Okay,
want
you're
to
back.
move chats?
No, I just turned it off and turned it back on. Anyways, what I was saying, RPGs,
Thank you.
Okay.
right?
Uh, side tangent here. I love Discord for this now.
Oh, great. But
We
fucking,
can just.
we can cut around this. Whatever. Fucking cut it. Cut it. Cut it.
Well, no, we can't. That's the thing.
We'll be fine. But what's going?
Because he's gonna have to cut like seconds out of it, and that's gonna get painful.
He can make a funny.
This is the
He'll
podcast.
make-
This is raw
he'll-
shit, okay?
He'll put a funny Devin fucking sucks poster on there or something. That's fine.
No, it's not even that. Just we heard very slowly and Robo art Pete. Jeez.
Oh, keep that there. That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah.
That's hilarious. Okay.
You'll get it in the recording. I'll give you the
Awesome.
timestamp of about where it's at.
Hell yeah. Okay. So to finish what I was saying, fucking favorite one will be probably just RPGs because I've found games that these are games that I genuinely can go back to, and I've absolutely loved. Being the Pokemon series, I love Pokemon, and so it is. That started not when I was a kid, but when I was in high school. Funny enough, Final Fantasy, that series. I've actually been playing. I've been looking at a series for Final Fantasy VIII. I played the hell out of Final Fantasy VII, and I love that game a lot. Played the hell out of Final Fantasy. I'm watching Final Fantasy VIII. That one seems like a really interesting thing. I've seen reviews about all the Final Fantasies, including from the very first ones till now. Those seem interesting. Things like that. Those games, I feel like I can play again and again, and because they're RPGs, I can find new ways to do it.
Well, we have plenty of options too.
Yeah, I know, and there's so many options for it. And there's games that are considered RPGs that are essentially just story elements with choices, like the Legend of Zelda series.
Ooh, yeah, that they need to come. That because you say, hey, this RPG, but all has this. It's not no.
It's a story that lets you choose how you feel like doing it, which is like what the newest Legend of Zelda games are, like Breath of the Wild and this new one the new Tears of the Kingdom that I still haven't played, and I want.
From little things, big things grow.
But you know,
enjoy paying
it's
$70.
choose like a. Yeah.
I like how Devin said RPGs,
and
and he
I-
listed off several games.
I will.
Oh no!
It's happening again.
I will-
It's happening
Oh.
again.
I can't understand him now.
enjoy the
Let's just sit in the
Yeah.
market. Let's just sit in the market.
I guess so. Let's just find like an area to like sit in the market.
that are RPGs. Chingada la madre.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
sit
no.
on the ramp, just staring into the market.
Chingada la puta madre que les parió esta cabrona internet.
Oh, that comes in clear. Okay.
Ah, yes. When he starts cursing that shit in Spanish, that's when it comes through fine. But when he's trying to speak normally, of
Yeah,
course.
say, what time are we at? I was like, is this a sign? God damn it! What time are we at?
43. We're good.
It's not. Yeah, it's not. Then go continue.
So,
Well, I may as well give my answer. It's Immersive
Yes,
Sims,
that's-
and
yeah.
I will just point to Prey for that. I love that game. I can keep going.
All right.
I can keep talking, but I am not going to. You've already heard me speak a lot about.
There is too much to talk about when it comes to immersive sims like that. Huh.
Well, that is essentially like the only one that I've played, and I've seen other ones. But don't have a PC.
Ah, I see.
honestly, I don't know if I can really give an answer.
You don't have to.
Yeah, what's funny to me is that Devin was in there talking about RPGs, and he listed off 2 games that I never got into. I never got into anything with
Huh.
Pokemon, and I never got into Final Fantasy. And I know there's several other games that you two have played that I never got into. And just for whatever reason, I just like. I don't know, I guess because I started off with a lot of multiplayer games where I was always trying to be like with other people, and then like I didn't have, and I guess I never really got the consoles that had the RPGs and stuff in them.
Single player.
Even though I
yeah.
had like the Wii, I'd never played like the RPG games. I mean, I played a little bit of the Mario, but that's about it.
Well, that's not really a Mario. Mario isn't really.
I know, and like I never played any of the Legend of Zelda games. I never played any of the Final Fantasy games. And I never played RPGs. I love sandbox games.
You started Skyrim.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I have
So
enjoyed
good enough.
Skyrim. I don't know. But like, I don't know what style I can really call this. Genre. It's
okay.
like the first-person shooters with really good stories. Because like,
Well,
the game that
of
I
course.
have been able to play over and over again has always been Far Cry 5. And
Story-driven game.
yeah,
I guess that's the
God damn it!
story-driven.
Ah, dude, seriously.
Story-driven game. Because there's games that are like there's games like Minecraft that there is no story. That is just
Do we actually want to try switching chats?
now we can strike this from the fucking recording. But
2, 1, back on topic.
Yes.
Well, let's move away from that. There's a lot of things we could go on and on about. Because, as I said at the beginning, this is a very subjective topic.
It truly is. I mean, everyone's gonna have a different opinion. Everyone's gonna is gonna have something different that they will believe makes a video game good. I mean,
and I would genuinely like to hear a lot of other people's opinions on this because I'm sure we all have very differing opinions based on our experiences. I would love to hear like other people's shit as well.
I'm sure there's a lot of people nowadays that think BRs are the peak of gaming.
Oh, those people aren't out of preschool yet, though. So
I was actually about to say there should be a good chunk of people that like RTS and Tycoon, but essentially city builders.
Yeah.
those are
And have,
interesting though. Like
The Sims and
Yeah, well, those
what's
are
one
more
that's
the
like sort of
Sims.
just called City Builder
That's
or like Cityscapes.
yeah, Cityscape.
City Skyline.
Yeah, City Skyline.
That is
Farming
that
Sim.
That is, yeah, the City Skyline is the city builder. Farming Sim and The Sims, those are. I don't know about Farming Simulator. That is a simulation game. So they love those, but The Sims is a bit more of a cozy game, like Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon.
Yeah.
But I will say The Sims is one that you can sit there and not really have to think about what's going on, but then things will go from 0 to 11.
Oh, looks like everyone's doing good. All right. 5 minutes later. Oh, look at that. Half the house is on fire because someone tried to make a fried egg. I think they haven't tried
There's
saying
that,
something there,
and
but I heard a little like electronic twing.
Yes.
Yep, there it is.
Oh,
The house is on fire. Somebody took the steps out of the pool.
spotted it and
Am I coming in clear before I say more? Have to edit out shit.
Thank you.
a lot of this is not going to be edited.
This is gonna be an interesting episode.
I know.
I'm definitely
I'm
gonna-
close to
There's only
I'm close to killing our channel with a couple words.
Please
So that's why I'm like, okay.
stop.
That's why I'm like, okay.
if you want to cut out of this early, we can still go on.
I don't. I'm having fun, but like my internet isn't.
Excuse me.
Oh, there it goes again.
Okay.
My internet isn't just. There he is. Gone.
Yep.
There he is gone. God damn.
We've honestly, like, looking at my notes, we have honestly touched a lot of what I have on here.
Huh. Interesting.
Honestly, I will say, something that, who is it, Upper Echelon, made a point on,
Yes.
about video games making you feel a certain way. So, like, if their goal is fun, this is what I was trying to hit on earlier with the car topic. When Devin had me kind of go on that, was
Oh, there he is.
video games making you feel different emotions. So a lot of them will go for the fun aspect of just like, yeah, we want our player base to have fun and, you know, kick around a little bit and just enjoy themselves.
Here's a weapon. Have fun.
Yeah, pretty much. Go commit a crime, basically.
Where are there sandboxes where it's just make your own fun?
Which sometimes is literally just grab a weapon and go.
I am kind of sad about this, as there isn't more sandbox cell games on PlayStation.
Yeah. Yeah, so you have like those that give you like ultimate freedom. I mean, Minecraft's a good one. No Man's Sky, you're pretty open on what you can do, and it's a huge universe. Those give you like really nice creative freedom. But then you have some of the other games that like they involve you can get hit with like your different emotions. Like you can have one that's like supposed to be like super happy and bright. Again, one of the things that I absolutely loved about BioShock 2, its ending, was it actually brought me to tears. Like it was actually a very emotional ending to the game, where
it's a very moving ending if you're invested.
It drug me in. I got very sunk into the game, and I absolutely loved it. I think I pretty much went through the game in one fell swoop, and I wound up getting emotional at the end of it because of just how hard hitting that ending was. Some other games that just really hone in on like disgust. I will say fucking Back for Blood, like Left 4 Dead. Those games have always just kind of creeped me out, you know? I mean, the horde shooters, like you get points where it's just like, oh, okay, cool, kind of, but then you get like hit with like this weird thing of just like one of the like cutscenes that's just like a little too graphic. It's like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Yeah, one of the first starting cutscenes where you just see a zombie's head pop.
Yeah. Like it's just going like super gruesome and like unsettling, or like Subnautica. I mean, shit. Like the first time you play through it, it's just like you just have this like weird like creepiness to the game, just being in the open ocean and not knowing what's out there. It's just like, and especially when you get to like the derelict ship, it's just like
the fear of the unknown is what you're talking about. That isn't a neat. He has.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Devin, are you here?
I am here. Yeah, I've been listening.
Okay.
Can you get a few words in before you
Eventually cut out again? Yes. Yeah. So I like that the concept. I like the idea because in games that make you choose how you feel. And what I mean by that is essentially a morality in the game. There are certain games that have that. The one that comes to mind, well, I'm playing Red Dead, so a lot of my shit's gonna be Red Dead now. The game essentially, the game essentially allows you to choose how you're feeling in this sense. In this game, are you gonna get like a good feeling, like an accomplishment feeling of helping somebody out, or are you just gonna shoot him in the head? Don't feel anything about it later, or are you gonna purposefully do the bad thing, and then feel not guilty, but whatever the opposite of prideful of you going to do bad shit because we're cowboys and we're rob and murder, you know?
Well, the whole thing is supposed to be morally gray, but it's on you.
Yeah. Exactly. Games that allow you to be morally gray in this sense, because you can choose to be whatever.
Like what was the other one? The Infamous Second Son was.
Infamous. That whole series.
Yeah, that whole series. Like, you can either be a good guy or you can be a bad guy. The choice is yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that has evolved into something that has its own quirks, but can evolve further, which I would hope so.
And I guess that started with you being able to have a good ending or a bad ending in a game, right? If you do certain things.
Well, that's depend. Yeah, that'll depend on. They'll either tell you, like, "Hey, here's a good ending, here's a bad ending." Mass Effect did it. Greedfall did it, which is one that I could talk about in the future. And actually, it's a free game. so you two can experience it as well. That's also an RPG.
I mean, Bioshock has it. Bioshock has
One
well, for 1 and 2. God damn it!
that
There it
I
goes.
thought
There it goes.
about, and it's the weirdest. It's the
I
weirdest
caught
fucking
weirdest.
topic. Yeah, go.
Dude, it's like
I love this. I'm just gonna say.
Binga.
stop.
I love this.
It's almost like Devin says something, he goes robo, Discord processes it, and then it just like it takes it so long for it to go through that Devin is probably been, like sitting there silently for like 2 seconds and it jumps. Shoot. Yeah. So
What was I even gonna
Bioshock-
say?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Bioshock 1 and 2 had it to where you had 3 different endings. You had like the good ending, the neutral ending, and the bad ending, which is basically just like how morally correct were you of
Yeah, it was a
killing
very
no
black
one,
and white
killing
choice.
some people, killing everyone.
Hmm.
That's very.
Easy way to put it.
That is a very loose definition of it, but yeah.
Yeah.
I remember what I was gonna say. You go finish.
And then
Hey,
the other one that we finished
yeah,
up
finish,
recently.
finish.
The other one that we finished up recently was Code Vein. That has 3 different endings, right? Is it good, neutral, bad
Yeah.
as well? And I got the neutral ending, and that was also another game that I was actually kind of sad with the ending. I guess that's another thing too. Is like, if a game can successfully draw their audience in, and almost basically make them feel like a part of the story, and is able to have them create a deeper connection with their game, I honestly think they did a good job. At least for story games. If you can make a game with a story and you can draw your player base in and make them feel like they have a connection to the game and the characters and in the world, I think you actually did a really good job.
Alright, hell, this game is multiplayer focused, but its story is alright.
Yeah, and I agree with that sense, Will. A good game will enthrall you with its story, and I really do think.
I think that's the basis.
And a
for
good story will keep
story
you going,
game.
essentially, for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're going for story,
And I
that's really
remembered
you
what I
need.
was gonna say.
Yeah. What you got?
It was about endings, like different endings.
Mhm.
So, okay, I'm watching Discord give me red, yellow, green on my shit. That's why I'm distracted. Okay.
Green mean go. Red mean dead.
Oh, yep. Yep. But what I was gonna say is for the endings, right? It reminded me of, of a game that had multiple endings depending on how. Is it good or is it bad? It's bad.
Huh?
I like how that came through clearly. Clearly, he was talking about Black Ops 2 with its different endings that they didn't tell you about, and certain certain choices are really just kind of changed a couple things.
All right, I'm back. It works. Great. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I don't know. Were you guys say something? I don't know if you heard it, Honda, but I played the fart sound and I returned to see if everything was working all right.
Devin, you can't come back
did
with
not.
that, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna work for everybody on the server, but it's also gonna come through with editing.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, you do realize that's in the video now, right?
Yep, that's in the video.
You can easily chop that out because we weren't really
Okay.
saying anything.
Okay.
That is
So,
true.
Were you guys saying something before I continue on and
No, you can
possibly
continue.
cut
Yeah,
my own
no,
internet
we
off?
weren't really
Please
saying
be
much.
quick
Cool.
before your mid shits out again.
Cool. So the game I was talking about was Pikmin. I don't know if you guys have heard that one. It's another Nintendo title. It's kind of a more obscure one.
I've heard it, but I know
Where
nothing about it.
okay,
Not
well,
as obscure as you think.
okay, well, that game. There's in the first game, there's an ending for how much completion you have, because the point of the game is you're rebuilding your ship while you're stuck on an inhabited planet by these Pikmin, which are just plant monsters that follow you around. You can have the good ending, where it's you fix your ship and you leave. You can have the decent ending, which is you fix most of your ship, you barely make it to like another space station, and you lived. Or you could be very lazy in the sense of the game and not really fix your ship well, and it crash lands back on the planet, and you essentially have to become one of the Pikmin, the little monsters, because the planet days because you have an air supply for 30 days. And that makes it, and that last ending was actually the first ending I got because I was a little kid and didn't really understand what I was doing. So I felt really fucking sad when I had to go become a monster. Because I fucked up.
Well, I'll bring up another completion tied ending system, which you guys also got for free. It's Hollow Knight.
Oh yeah, we did.
Good game. Play.
I've heard good things about it. That's on my list as well of like just shit I'm need to get to.
It is an amazing game that has that will age better than most games that are out now. It has a beautiful art style, amazing sound, amazing core gameplay. It's just,
And
it's good.
And Devin's gone again.
uh, right there. That sentence right there is what I was gonna think about. Like my ending spiel for me is the funniest thing is that you guys don't cut out for me, so I don't know.
That's the glory of it.
All right, am I back?
Yes. Yes, you are.
Cool, awesome. I turned off my PlayStation because I'm pretty sure that's what's killing it. So, yeah,
And-
what I was saying, right? Was that was going to be the point that I was going to make once we finish this is essentially, I guess the answer I would give for what makes a video game good is a video game that will last the testament of time. And that's essentially the biggest opinion that everyone's going to have. Games that can last the test of time will be what will be considered a good game. And that can be considered for all games.
Which is
video
still
games,
objective.
Exactly, it's incredibly
Or subjective, not
Real
objective.
games, physical games, yeah. Because hell, people still play sports that were invented in the 1800s. One of them was basketball, you know, the shit like that. Games that can stand the test of time, I guess, which is already subjective in its own right, will probably be the ones that are considered good.
Well, what time are we at?
105.
All right.
I'm just
well,
dumbfounded
we can
about
make
the age of
we
basketball.
we can put a pin in this. Great note. I don't know what the whole basketball. Great way to end this off. We can put a pin in this. Make a part 2 in the future.
I think we're gonna have
That
to
is a bit more
because-
constructed.
Yeah.
Because yeah, after 40 minutes, my internet decided to go.
I think it was less.
Oh yeah,
no,
no,
it was after 40 minutes.
No, your first big one was at 40 minutes, but it happened a couple times beforehand. I think it started all the way back at 20.
Being good.
Okay, well, I guess we're gonna cut it here, because honestly, Devin having internet problems is making it difficult to continue on with the conversation because we're having to pause quite often. So hopefully in the future we will get a part 2 to this series or just revitalize this episode.
And I get a better router.
But I will say it should be more constructed. We all need to take notes. Or not take notes, but just as a group take notes.
That is honestly why I did take notes in the first time around. But this is
Agreed.
also something that we had set up over a month ago and then have finally gotten around to recording. But also, it didn't help that some of us were finishing up school and were really busy with life. So
Yeah.
we did have to put a pin
that's-
on this stuff. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we have other things that are on the works that are going on right now.
Yeah.
Future plans. What do we have? Are we continuing with Dying Light or?
Well, is this something that we're going to discuss before or after I stop the recording?
Well, we may as well just keep discussing it. Well,
Should-
now before the recording stops.
Okay, because
Because
I'll
you know,
do the
future
outro.
plans.
Okay,
Yeah, we
future
get-
plans. Right
I
now,
have this as an audio recording of what our future plans are.
well, we're just gonna make a note. Yeah. So I don't know how often this series is gonna be going on for. It's not gonna be a weekly thing. I know that for sure. Maybe.
No,
once...
it's just bullet points of we have this, and this.
So yeah, so basically, we're gonna try to make this a series, the podcast thing, the lounge, and then we are
Yes.
also gonna look into doing some probably story-based games that all three of us can play. We're kind of limited right now, but we do have a couple things in the works. Dying Light is one of them.
Black Ops 3 being one of them, Dying Light being another.
And Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, maybe
And
even
Blood-
some of the other Souls games as well. But yeah,
No, it's not a maybe. We will be going through each and every one of the Souls games.
you're gonna make me spend a lot of money.
At some point.
Yeah,
But
Bloodborne's
no,
good.
we'll
Elden
go
Ring
through Bloodborne.
is another one.
It's an option, but Devin does not have, so
That is true.
we can wait on that.
Well, Devin only has Bloodborne as well for the Soul series. Yeah. As for kind of what we're looking into now is going to be more just this style where we sit down and talk, and then a style where we go through and play a story game. But
And
we
see
aren't
if
planning
we
on doing
can
really
get any good
anything
footage out of it.
solo. Yeah. And then we're not funny, so no funny moments.
Well, that's kind of the whole
Definitely no funny
point of
those-
story-driven
those don't happen.
games, because
Yeah.
if we can all find a good flow that isn't too dark, then we can work with that.
That is true.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's mainly what we're going to be shooting for right now is going to be discussions and then multiplayer co-op stories. But yeah.
And well, we can also
alright.
just do games like Insurgent, as we were talking about, just multiplayer games in general.
That is true.
And I will have
like
this
the
as an audio recording that we will do eventually. I want to get a beat 'em up at some point.
Okay.
Well, for that, you're gonna have to convince Will.
I know.
I just agreed to it. I just said okay.
I didn't hear anything.
You didn't really need to
Was it-
convince me on anything. I just said okay.
Well, alright, if you want to really go for it. You say
That'll
okay,
get
you
done
just
at
mean
some point.
alright, that's noted, that's about it.
Oh,
Cake it has...
I know it is not the top of the list, but it is there.
well then noted.
All right, noted.
Well,
Great.
you already said okay, so it's... The okay has already been defined. So...
Okay,
Okay.
noted, stamped, correct. Yes. All right.
Well, that'll also all depend on... What beat 'em up do you want to go through? What did you have in mind?
We can discuss this later.
We can.
So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go ahead and
It is.
stop
One
this
forty-
today.
You know,
in the morning.
no, get it.
Just okay. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna cut some of this shit out. Outro.
Sign offs.
Sign offs. I hope y'all have enjoyed this. This has been episode 2 of The Lounge. This was what makes a good video game. Fortunately, we had technical issues, so we are cutting it, and hopefully we will actually get more concise and a little better on keeping to topics in the future. But either way, I hope everyone has enjoyed. I know I at least enjoyed this. Any final
Awesome.
remarks
I
from
am
you two?
happy.
This was amazing. And it's not the technical issues we have. Well, for the most part, be on your end, Will, if it comes with the capture card and all that. But Devin had some terrible luck with internet tonight, so
Yeah, pretty much.
Damn right.
All right.
That's
I
just
will
luck
have a
of the draw.
better router at some point.
Okay.
And as my message to anyone that hears this, I also like to hear your opinions on what makes a video game good. Anyways, good night, everybody.
Yep.
We're gone.
Do y'all have any advice for the audience before we sign off?
Don't do drugs. Eat your teeth.
Even better, pertaining to video games, don't follow the hype. Stay away.
Yeah.
Hype is a disease.
Sleep.
Donate to your local charity.
Eat 8 hours a day. Sleep your milk. Drink your oatmeal.
Devin, please stop. Yeah. Also, I would like to say, give indie devs a try if you don't usually play them, because you can find some really good games that aren't AAA and you don't have to spend $60 on. So that's always a good thing to recommend.
Indie shit.
Yeah. And you actually find dev teams that are passionate about
Indie
their
stuff is
games, and you'll usually find the better games. But that is all for tonight. Once again, I hope everyone enjoyed, and we will see you all in the next one. Goodbye.
Good night.